Hi guys, Omar with Overlanding Just Cause, and this video is about my Bronco busting, Badlands beating, wild track wrestling, Sasquatch submitting. I know there's like 10 more models I'm missing. Yeah, it's about my Jeep Commander. In this video, I'm going to talk about a mod that I saw this guy have installed in his FJ Cruiser, right? Ever since I started installing all this stuff, I haven't been able to see through my rearview mirror. I mean, if you look directly behind me, that's exactly what I see when I look into my rearview mirror. I see a tire, I see a refrigerator, and that's it, right? So I've been relying solely on my side view mirrors, which is fine, until things get kind of sketched, trying to get out of parking lots, trying to get out of gas stations, things like that. So this guy at the expo had one of these bad boys, right? It is a Stream Media mirror dash cam. Got it on Amazon. And when he turned his on to show me what he actually sees when he's looking into his rearview mirror, I was sold, right? It was a game changing. So let's install it. But before I do that, you guys already saw what it looks like looking into my rearview mirror. Let me show you real quick what it looks like when I put the vehicle in reverse and I'm looking at my rear view camera. I'm gonna turn the car on, cover your ears, because she does get kind of loud. Told you, she's a beast. This is in reverse. This is what it looks like looking into the rear view camera. I see a tire, and that's, oh, okay. How did that get there? All right, guys, so step 1, step 2, and step 3 are complete. Let me show you what I've done so far. Step 1 was actually just mounting the rear view on top of the old rear view. That's pretty simple. It comes with these little rubber things. There's hooks already on the new rear view mirror, and you just kind of rubber band it hook to hook. Simple. If you notice here, right, it covers the whole rear view mirror, so you don't have to actually replace and take off the old one. You just put it over. Here are the rubber bands. It goes hook all the way around to hook. If you notice the front camera, it swivels around. So once I turn it on, I can actually, put it at an angle that I want. So that's step 1. Step 2 was the power cord. So this is the power cord. As you can see, it comes around. I need to make sure it gets nice and tight, but it comes all the way through here, down through here, comes around, and I've tucked everything in. It actually, the whole kit comes with this little plastic tool, trim tool. So it comes down, I tucked everything in all the way to here. You can see the wire. I brought it around the computer reader thingy, majiggy, and I've tucked it in. I actually had to unscrew this bolt because it was pretty tight to try to tuck it in. So I unscrewed it, slid it in there, tightened it back up so it's not going anywhere, and then slide it, and then it's going to come, for now, be plugged into that 12 volt plug right there. Step 3 was getting hooking up the GPS to it. So there's a plug here for the GPS, and it's just a little black box that has some 3M tape on it. And what I've done is I plugged it in, brought the cord all the way here. If you notice, I tucked the rest of it because it came with a pretty long cord. 3M'd it to the front here and tucked everything in, zip tied it. So from the front, it looks like this. Can't really tell. I mean, there's going to be wires here. Looking from the passenger side, it seems to be tucked in nice and tight, trying to make it look as neat as possible. So step 4 is hooking up the rear camera. So I tried to go from the front and pretty much down the bottom of the car, hiding it inside the trim. but then I realized it's probably a better idea to go over the top. So I hid the wire in the trim, and I'll show you what that looks like. This is the power for the back camera, right? It's gonna go just like the actual power cord around the top. I'm going the other way this time. In the trim, and then once I hit here, I followed it all the way to the back. Hit the wire in here, back seat, back of the Jeep, and I ended up back here, coming around, hit it in here, out through here. It's gonna go over the top. The actual camera is sitting on the glass right now. My plan is going to be to put it on the rack right underneath, hanging down. The rear camera comes with a power cord that goes to the rear light. So I had to take one side off, right? Whichever side you decide to go with. I chose passenger side. Here's the wire. I had to cut it. I had to splice into the power wire for the backup light. And so now when I put it in reverse, it engages the rear camera. So that's how that works. And as you can see, I put a male connector here. I put some heat shrink on, and I just tested it out and it worked. So now I'm going to clean all this up because it does look sloppy. I'm going to mount the rear camera, and I'll show you the end result. All right, here it is, guys, all cleaned up. These wires are going to the lights, the night lights that are out here. That's going to that rear camera. I've got wires coming down for the LEDs, wires coming out of this side for the awning lights. I'm all wired up. I actually made a little drip type knot here, so I put a zip tie just in case when the rain comes it'll drip down from here, and not also from here, it'll just go down. There's the actual camera. All right, so the installation is complete. I will say that it was not hard, but it is tedious. You have to hide wires, take your time, and just make sure everything looks good and is clean. All right, so let's turn it on. Gonna turn the Jeep on. Cover your ears again. Whew! And that is my rear view mirror now. This is what I can see. So this thing is pretty cool because it records. You get into a traffic accident, then you have footage. Also, when it's turned off, there's a battery in here, and it charges while the car is on. But when the car is turned off, this is also turned off, but there is motion sensing, so that if somebody bumps into it when you're in a parking lot or someone tries to break in, it starts recording, which I think is pretty cool. The GPS, right, that I've hooked up here, it allows for the speedometer and the direction that I'm going. It also gives the time somewhere. The time shows up too. So right now I am recording, so I'm going to stop recording. This is the front view camera, and again, that's the camera right here. You can see my finger here when I cover it up. So the other mode is split screen. So half of it is the rear, the other half is the front. Hey guys, so I just finished reading a little bit more as I was setting up, and earlier I mentioned that even when it's turned off, if someone hits you or tries to break into your vehicle, it'll record. That's true, but in order to save those files or kind of get to those files, you have to have an SD card. So I need to get an SD card. Other than that, like I said earlier, the installation was easy. If I could do it, anyone can do it. Just like with any of this stuff that I'm doing, this is my first time doing any of it. So if you guys have any questions, please leave them, ask them in the comments, leave comments. I also want to thank my subscribers. Earlier this week, I hit 100 subscribers. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. If you want to subscribe, feel free. I have a bunch more videos coming out. I do one every week, or I try to do one every week. So yeah, other than that, guys, happy Halloween. Watch out for kids, and till next time.